Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakdash, double honor to the apostles, and else great millstone teachings his truth, peace, and blessings to hope like the Israel, Shalom. Yahweh is the name of the heavenly foundation in Hebrew, by Hashem is the name, and Yahushai is the name of the unbegotten Son. Bible lesson, and today make an update on what's going on with Neuralink and what Elon Musk is planning to do in these next few months. As you see in this article, it says Elon Musk wants to put the CHIP in human brains. That could take a while, which ultimately is planning to do human trial runs in 6 months. Which you see right here, Musk said Wednesday night that he aims to start human trials for Neuralink brain implants in 6 months. And those we have been planning to do this for a while now. A while back they started doing a, for lack of better words, a showcase. Testing on monkeys, pigs, and maybe a few other animals. But they also came out recently, which I believe there's an article that came out, I believe, a year ago, if I'm correct, going into basically Elon Musk saying that monkeys died during the trial runs that they were doing on them. Which there's an article right here, which is I guess a up-to-date one, because there was one a while back that I went to. If you look at my channel, I believe other brothers may have went to it also. But so Elon Musk Neuralink has been Elon Musk Neuralink has been mutilating and killing monkeys. So you can already just imagine the horrific and terrible things that these devils did to these monkeys. To see what can control the monkeys, what can kill it the fastest. You already know when this devil is behind something, it's finna go bad. Elon Musk Neuralink has been mutilating and killing monkeys. Physician group details how the firm performed gruesome experiments on animals ahead of the billionaire's show and tell on November 30th. And once again, you can already imagine just the terrible thing that the devils did in order to see what can control the monkey, what can kill it the fastest, or whatever the case may be. It's Esau behind it, So let's dive a little bit into this article right here, and as we'll have another video to go into this beast system that they're planning to implement, as they are already doing now. They have been building that foundation, that infrastructure for a while now, man. As you see what happened, or what's been going on over there in China for a while now, which you have in the schools over there. I believe they have chipped uniforms, and a Face ID scanners at the checkout, So actually, this is actually a place real quick, and we'll jump into the articles and go on from there. Learn better fine.
They're piloting it a few years ago in Shenzhen. So I lived overseas. If you go to Shenzhen, back in 2017, they already had facial recognition cameras there. So if you jaywalked in Shenzhen, they would immediately detect that and send you a notification, and they would deduct money from your what they call WeChat account. They use two main apps, WeChat and Alipay. So you can actually deduct your money directly from your account. This is 4 years ago, so this is not like some sort of conspiracy theory. It's not something that's going to happen 10 years into the future.
So they have been doing this, man. So now imagine what's coming over here to America. So they have been doing this already over there in China and implementing it in other places. I believe over there in Sweden, where they pretty much already done away with cash, I believe even have Russia, China, pretty much wanting to do away with cash also, Moving to a more digitized system, a cashless society, which they have been planning to implement, for years now, man. I see Elon Musk bringing in the Neuralink, which is a mark in the forehead, going back to Revelation 13 and 16, to where you're going to see them doing miracles on the left-hand side by the way of the technology. Because you can already see the so-called benefits and the incentives behind, getting on board with this devil's agenda. This beast system. With people that are paralyzed, able to walk again, people that are blind, able to see. But let's finish off this video and we'll go a little bit more into it.
This happened pre-corona in China. And so this system in China that exists is extremely advanced. They can detect if it's a man or a woman. They can guess your age. They can detect what kind of car model it is, who the manufacturer is. This is a sort of technology that we see in all these dystopian sort of films and whatever. And people keep putting it off and thinking that this is something that's going to happen later in my kid's lifetime or my grandkids.
And they also have been showing you in these movies, these cartoons, these TV shows, of their future plans and things that they want to do. For example, Black Mirror is a good example, as well as many others. There's a cartoon that many brothers have posted on their channel of just basically the charagma being implemented,
already here. And if this gets implemented anywhere, especially in a Western nation, it's not going away.
let's dive a little bit into these articles, and we'll dive into the scriptures. Keep it short, quick update on what's going on, especially with Elon Musk, because he has been planning to do this for a minute now. I believe a year ago they're planning to do it in November, but now I guess they're extending it a little bit. But now let's continue on. So Elon Musk wants to put the C-hip, I'm gonna say C-hip, in human brains at a flashy show and tell event on Wednesday night. So Musk, for at least the third time, said the company is nearing human trials for his company, Neuralink. So yeah, because I believe a year ago he'd been planning to do, I believe it was like November, if I'm correct, like this month. Time said the company is nearing human trials for his company, Neuralink, so which is developing implants that could connect the human brain to computers, transhumanism. Because they also want to obtain, immortality, to live on forever. And these are things that, this is how they're also, planning to do it. As they show in the movies, for example, Chappie. If you haven't seen that, pretty decent movie. Going to show, these devils' future plans. But it says, he said he was filed most of the required paperwork, filed most of the required paperwork with the Food and Drug Administration, and that the aims to start human trials in roughly 6 months. So we're now confident that the Neuralink device is ready for humans, Musk said Wednesday on Twitter. And you already see the amount of damage that it caused to these monkeys that have been basically implanted this Neuralink, because a ton of them have died. Elon Musk's Neuralink has been mutilating and killing monkeys. And once again, as I mentioned multiple times, you can already just think of the gruesome things that these devils did, to these monkeys. What can kill it the fastest, what can control the monkey's legs, how to make it walk, and all these different things, man. And there was a video of this monkey, I believe, typing, basically on a keyboard with his brain, which you get in a minute. But Elon Musk's Neuralink is set to host its show and tell event on November 30. So I think that's what it was, I guess. The annual event demonstrates the company's brain C-hip and shares updates. A group of physicians released details of experimenting on monkeys up to 2020. Look at that. So they've been doing this for years now, man. The animals have endured sloppy experiments that resulted in chronic infections, seizures, paralysis, internal bleedings, and declining psychological health. So you can already imagine the things that they were doing, man. Cranking up the frequency, whatever the case may be. You can just once again imagine the things that these devils did since Esau's behind the wheel. Esau Edom we're speaking of, man. But this is a lawsuit filed against the University of California, Davis, where the experiments were held. Note, many of the monkeys were euthanized following tests. So pretty much on that. I believe that I made a lesson a year ago, and some change, going into that right there. But let's go into this right here. Like I mentioned, how this monkey was typing, I believe with his brain, if I'm correct. Elon Musk's brain C-hip startup shares videos, or a video it says shows a monkey telepathically typing. So a lot of people are going to see the so-called benefits of hopping on board, with this beast system, with taking the Karagma. And guess what? If you take this Karagma, the MOTB, you will be destroyed. There's no ifs or buts about it. There's no getting it and taking it out. There's no having it in for 2 minutes and then wanting to take it out of yourself, man. Once you get it, once it's in your body, you are done. I was trying to look for the video, because I'm pretty sure it shows a video of the monkey doing it right here. Breakdown shot.
Very difficult journey from prototype to product. And I've often said that the demo, and it's not like strapped to the chair or anything. So it's So the monkeys actually enjoy doing the demos because they get the banana smoothie, and it's kind of a fun game. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is, like, we care a great deal about animal welfare, and I'm pretty sure, like, our monkeys are pretty happy, So as you can see, quick to.
Yeah, monkeys are pretty happy. Yeah, we just read an article going to how they're killing them. How they have died during the trial runs, the testing. So imagine what they are going to put into the people, man. And a lot of people are looking past that. They'll see these monkeys getting killed, getting mutilated, during these trial runs and think nothing of it, thinking that this is well fit to be in a human, in a person. You know, once again, imagine the things that they have done in order to have, killed those monkeys. Now they're gonna put this in your body. You know, once again, all the testing that they did to the monkey to see what can kill it the fastest, what can control it, whatever the case may be, and see what they're gonna put into you, man. I mean, come on. I mean, these devils are not to be trusted for a reason, man. But let's dive into scriptures. Got the information that we needed. Now see Revelation 13:16 to 17. And he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. And when you go into the word mark right here, when you go into the Greek, it goes into the word charagma, which goes into etch, scratching, showing it's a physical mark. Yeah, you have a lot of these other Israelite camps that are pushing that the mark is spiritual when that's not the case. Because it literally just makes no sense. How are you going to buy and sell with a spiritual mark? But it says here one more time, and he calleth the whole, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. And a lot of people see in the right hand and think that I can get it in my left hand, I can get it in my toe, I can, trying to slither around, the judgment that you will receive for taking it, trying to wiggle around the ways of Yahweh Shemau Shai. And the judgment that you will receive for taking, because going back to Revelations, I believe 14, the 14th chapter, 9th verse, goes and basically into both hands. Either hand you take in, whichever way you take the charagma, you will be destroyed. There's just no ifs or buts about it. One more time. But it says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. We see Elon Musk creating the Neuralink, as we just read in the articles. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. And this is the direction that we are heading towards, as they have been conditioning and preparing the people for it. With the masks and the juice, if you know what I'm talking about. With all the mandates and restrictions that were in place, and how they're ultimately, once again, conditioning and preparing you for this MOTB, this beast system. As well, what they're doing with the Amazon One, where you're able to pay with the palm of your hand. And as well as you see in that video that we just played, it's pretty much over there already in China. We're able to pay with your face, and all these different face scanners that they have, and all that, man. This is the direction that this is being pushed to, man. And we are warning you, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, to not take this, man. Now let's get on with the next few scriptures, because we are going to face persecution, demonization, for not wanting to hop on board with these things, and especially rebuking these things. Revelation 2 and 10. Because you already have many celebrities, rappers, singers promoting this agenda already. As you see, I believe Little Uzi, that demon, which if you remember, he had a diamond or a certain gem or a certain stone implanted in the middle of his forehead. I believe there was a conversation that happened with him and Elon Musk. Basically, Little Uzi agreeing, and he's saying he can't wait for the Neuralink, to have that in his brain, to listen to music and all these different things. So you see a lot of so-called benefits and incentives to hop on board with the so-called wave, the next big thing. Cause that's what happens with a lot of Jake, man. The next big thing comes out and Jake want to hop on board with it, man. Want to be the next, or the first one in line, which you are going to see many people front and center to hop on board and take the MOTB, man. And that is going to be a sight to see, man. Revelation 2 and 10. Now it says, fear no things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. So we're going to be thrown into these prisons, jails, showing you the persecution that's coming. Once again, especially for not wanting to bow down to his beast system and taking that charagma. Now it said, behold, the devil shall cast you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. So we're going to a certain period of time. But it says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So we have nothing to fear, man. One thing that we need to do is remain faithful and fear Yahweh Shemau Shai, man. And trust in the Lord. Revelation 14, 9 through 10. Because many of our people fear Esau, Edom, this devil, more than Yahweh Shemau Shai, the one that's orchestrating all these things, man. Our people are through, man. But I think Revelation 14, 9 through 10, as I mentioned, it didn't specify which hand, so it's showing you both. But it said, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark on his forehead, Neuralink, or in his hand. Which, as you know, the right hand is your dominant hand, but this hand, it says his hand. So either hand you take it in, you will be destroyed. There's no cutting corners with Yahweh by Shema Shai. There's no slithering around the scriptures, man. Because you are going to have a lot of Jake saying, what if I get in my left hand? What if I get it, buy some food for my family, and then take it out? Because our faith is going to be tried, and we're going to be tested, man, coming these last days. Because as we just read in Revelation 13 and 16, how you're not going to be able to buy or sell without it. So we need to have faith in Yahweh Bashim Shine, what the Lord is about to do for us, man. The Lord is going to perform miracles, man, for those that believe and remain faithful. Verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High. And this is the judgment that you will receive, man, for taking it. That like a fire which can be by the way of thermonuclear missiles, thermonuclear fire, man. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. What is this fire and brimstone going to be? Those thermonuclear missiles. And the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb, which is Yahweh Shai. So then you go back to Isaiah 9 and 5. Going to have his words and be completely different. It's be by the way of fuel and flaming fire. Of paraphrasing. I got a few more scripts and we'll close it out from there. Revelation 3 and 10. Now it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. What's the hour of temptation going to be? Ultimately, when this MOTB is presented in front of us, because we're going to be tried, and once again, we're going to be tested. And you have many of our people that's going to crack under that pressure that's going to be applied, because you're going to see these heavy restrictions, these heavy mandates, to where you're not able to go to your job without it, to check in, to go to grocery stores, to buy things, to travel, to do anything. So our faith is going to be put on the line, man. And the Lord is going to show who he's dealing with and who he's not, and who truly believes and who doesn't. And that's why we continue to pray to our power, Yahweh by Shema Shai, to continue to keep his spirit on us and have mercy upon us coming into these last days. Because it's going to be very, very serious. It's not going to be easy, man. But those that continue to wait upon the Lord and believe and remain faithful, the Lord is going to give us the spirit to endure, man. To deny these things. Read one more time from on top. Because I was kept the word on patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So it's going to come upon everybody, man. Excuse me. Go with these last two. It's Isaiah 31 through 3. Because once you're going to have many of our people that's going to trust in this system, in this devil, thinking that they're set up to protect you, to defend you, and for your own benefit, This guy's Isaiah 31 through 3, and which those that want to continue to trust in this devil are going to learn the hard way. And it says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That walk to go into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Many of our people that will go to Esau, Edom, for help. Putting their faith and trust in him, rather than going to our power, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Verse 3. And this is going to be your demise. Those that want to continue to join hands with our enemy, and trust in them and put your faith in him. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. It's going to be your shame and your confusion for trusting these devils, man. Because I get the 31st chapter also, because it mentions it too. Now it says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, because they look strong, because it's more easier just to go to Esau, Edom for help. And in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh Bashim Shai. Yet he also is wise, and will bring evil, and will not call back his word, but will rise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now let's get verse 3, and we'll jump to these last two, if I'm correct. But now the Egyptians are men, and not God. Many of our people are putting their faith and trust in this devil, in Esau, Edom, more than our power, Yahweh Bashim Shai. And they fear Esau, Edom more. Like, a lot of our people are going to learn the hard way to fear Yahweh Bashim Shai. As people also going, I believe in 2nd Ezra's, you're learning death by pain. But in the horse's flesh and not spirit. Though they may have tanks, jets, guns, That will mean nothing in these last days, man. Now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horse is flesh and not spirit. When the Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. Because these devils are not going to be helping you in these last days in the midst of all this chaos. As a matter of fact, they're going to be the ones targeting you and killing you, man. See where the trust in Esau Edom get you, man. Now, a couple of these last two, sorry if I kind of rambled on a little bit, but I only had the main points. But you're seeing the build up in the direction that this is being built up towards. 2 Thessalonians 2:9, I should have got this earlier. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. You're going to have these devils, Esau Edom, performing miracles on the left-hand side by the way of this technology. With all these so-called benefits that you will receive from, the Neuralink, the MOTB in general, how people that are paralyzed able to walk, people that are blind able to see again. And a lot of people are going to dive right into this, man, and hop on board right along with it. So let's get Habakkuk 2 and 3, because we are in these times, man. And call Halama Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakadash, man. We're nearing the end of this place, man. You're seeing major end-time prophecies playing out before our very eyes, man. Now let's close up with Habakkuk 2 and 3. Now it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. We are in these appointed times as written and spoken of in the scriptures, man. We're at the end of this place, man. As the scripture going to take in Ezra 9:1, measures all time diligently in itself. How we do that? By the way, these signs and these prophecies, man, to measure the times that we are in. And guess what? We're at the end of this place, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is hastening these days. But at the end, it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it surely come. It will not tarry, meaning it will not delay. It will happen, and it will come to pass. And guess what? We're in the midst of these times as we speak. So many things are happening, man. But pretty much is that main point. As you are seeing the build-up, Neuralink, the Charagma in general, it's happening fast. And guess what? It's pretty much here already, man. You see the things that's going on over there in China, and ultimately what's coming to America. So I hope and pray you're edified. I do want to give all praises, all honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash, that warns the apostles, and elders, great millstone, teaching us truth, peace, and blessings to the hopeful elect Israel, and Shalom to the next one.